So practice makes perfect. Let us repeat the process. I say there is a number n, you don't know anything about it. But at this point itself, you should stop and think there must be some prime number raised to a, another prime number raised to b, another prime number raised to c. I don't know how many are there, but some must be there, at least one must be there, right? Now I tell you that the number of factors is 7. So there is a number and the number of factors for that number is 7. I'm still keeping the problem easy, because if I move this number from a prime to composite, something else would happen, but let us not go there. Simple question, the number is n, the number of factors is 7. Repeat the formula. Where has this number of factors 7 come from? It has come from the formula a plus 1 into b plus 1, perhaps c plus 1, etc. What are a, b and c? A, b and c are powers of the prime factors of the number n. But I see 7 can only be written as 1 into 7, right? This a plus 1 is 1, that means a is 0, that means you don't have to worry about p1, right? B plus 1 is 7, that means b is equal to 6. What that means is the number is some prime raised to 6. You can think backwards with an example again just to get comfortable with the process. Once you understand it, then the speed will come very, very easily. So I say, let's say the number is 3 raised to 6, and I ask you what are the factors of 3 raised to 6? You know 3 raised to 0 will divide it, 3 raised to 1 will divide it, 3 raised to 2, 3 raised to 3, 4, 5 and 6. How many factors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm doing that 6 plus 1 thing only. Only there are no other primes, so I'm not doing the multiplication bit. So I have the number, I know it is some prime raised to 6. This 3 is just an example, it could be 5, 7, 11, anything. And now my question is, how many factors for n cube? So I know n is p raised to 6, n cube would be p raised to 18, and the number of factors simply would be 18 plus 1, 19. So if n has 7 factors, n cube the factors would be 19, right? So by the time we do the second problem, we always get a little more comfortable. So whenever you learn a new idea, do try out a couple of very basic problems just to get that wheel going, so that when the next twist and turn comes, we are at least very, very clear with the basic concept. So this was easy. When it is coming out, the number of factors is a prime, right? Why? Because a prime is only 1 into something. That means the number had only one prime factor, etc., etc. So let's move to a situation where that we are not so lucky with our number of factors. To make it a little more complicated, I give you the number n, you don't know, and I say the number of factors is 4. Let's keep it small and easy. So again the same process, I know the number of factor is 4. Where has it come from? It has come from a plus 1 into b plus 1, perhaps c plus 1, etc. Don't know how many, the result is 4. Now I have to think a little manually, what can be 4 rewritten as? It can be written as 1 into 4, right? That would mean a is 0, that means doesn't matter. B is 3. So if I look at this situation, 4 is equal to 1 into 4, I would say the number is p raised to 3, because then it would have 4 factors, right? Or the 4 can be rewritten as 2 into 2 also. What that would mean is a is 1 and b is 1, a plus 1 is 2, b plus 1 is 2. What that would mean is n is made up of 2 prime factors. Prime 1 has a power of 1 and the prime 2 also has a power of 1. Now check for both of these numbers, the number of factors would be 4. How many factors for p cube? 4 factors. P raised to 0, p raised to 1, p raised to 2, p raised to 3. How many factors for p1 raised to 1, p2 raised to 1? 1 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, which will also give you 4. Any other ways of writing 4? Luckily, once again for us, no other ways of writing 4 as a product of two numbers. 1 into 4 or 2 into 2 is the only possibility, and you get 4 as a result. But if I change it to 16, the situation would change slightly. Why? Because 16 can be written as 1 into 16. It can also be written as 8 into 2. It can be written as 4 into 4. So you have more situations coming up. So if the number becomes a composite, you will have multiple definitions of the number. But if the number itself, the number of factors was a prime, you have a shortcut and you get a very simple form of the number, right? So this would be the basic idea of what we are trying to do. We have the number of factors, we have the number of factors formula. From the formula, we are trying to guess the structure of the given number. And then there is a question added on top of it. If I had said, okay, n square will have how many factors? So I would say if I look at this scenario, this would become p raised to 6. So this would have 7 factors. If I look at this scenario, this would become p1 square and p2 square. This would have 3 into 3, 9 factors. So for different situations, for n square, you're getting different answers. So I could also create a question around it. I say n has these many factors and n square has 9 factors. Guess the number of factors in n cube, etc. Right? So n has 4 factors. You would know this or this. N square has 9 factors. That means we are talking about the second situation. So when the question becomes n cube, that means I will cube this formation and then try and find the number of factors for that, right? So hopefully we are able to connect the formula with the backward process. Earlier we had the structure of the number and we found the factor. Here I have the factor, number of factors, and I am going back and trying to find the structure. Again note, you're not getting to know what the prime is. You're only getting the power of the prime in this situation. So I think that should cover the basic idea.